I'm Mimi, welcome to my channel. This is the last week of July 2023 and I am celebrating two things this week. The first thing I'm celebrating is the 6th anniversary of relocating to the US. My family and I arrived here July 2017. The end of July 2017, and every year we mark it with a little celebration, and we've been out for a meal tonight. Our first meal in the US was Shake Shack. We had never had a Shake Shack before, and it was very close to where we were staying, and we were very hungry when we arrived and we had Shake Shack. But we didn't have a Shake Shack this evening. We went to a Brazilian steakhouse and had a very nice meal out. The other thing I'm celebrating is 1 year on Mounjaro. The 25th of July 2022 was the first day I injected myself with Mounjaro. At that point in time, a year ago, I had absolutely no idea what the next year would bring. Like many of us, I really didn't believe it would work for me. I was nervous about the side effects and that, you know, I might have to come off the medication. But my overwhelming thought a year ago was that it won't work for me. And I'm very, very, very happy to report that it did work. My weight loss has been a lot slower than what I can see the majority of people, but it has been slow, but it has still been weight loss. The scales have always trended in the right direction. So to celebrate a year on Mounjaro, I am going to cover two things in this video. The first thing is I'm actually going to share my proper statistics. I've never done that before, so I'm going to share exactly what my starting weight, my highest weight and my current weight has been. The other thing I'm going to cover in this video is what happens next for me, because I have made some decisions. I don't know if it's the right decisions, but I have made a plan for what is happening now, what is happening next on my Mounjaro journey. So the first thing, my statistics. Now, I have never shared my exact weight. I've always talked about how much weight I've lost. I'm ashamed. I know that there are so many other people out there very openly sharing what they started at, what they weigh now, what their goal weight is. But I'm just embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed I allowed myself to become overweight, and I've always found it very hard. In fact, I don't think I really share my weight with anyone. I don't think I've ever told anyone my weight before. That's the actual truth, is that saying how much I weigh just does not come out of my mouth. I keep it between me, myself and I. So now I am going to share it with me, myself and I and you. And I still don't think I want to actually say it. I am well aware that there will be people watching this video who probably weigh twice what I weigh, but it's a personal thing. It's not, you know, just because I feel embarrassed to share my weight doesn't mean that I don't realise that I could be heavier, or I could be lighter. It's just a personal thing that I'm embarrassed to actually talk about, but nonetheless I'm going to do it today. So I think I'll start with what my starting weight was. I was just under 200 pounds when I started Mounjaro a year ago. I think it was 197, and that was about 10 pounds under my heaviest weight. My heaviest weight was 208 pounds. which I had weighed actually about a month before I started the Mounjaro. I think seeing my weight comfortably over 200 pounds had been a bit of a shock to me, and I had lost a little bit just before I started Mounjaro. So my heaviest weight was 208. I started Mounjaro at 197. I just actually want to go back to saying about my heaviest weight. I've had periods in my life where I haven't weighed myself. So that's the heaviest weight I know about. I quite likely have been that weight before, and quite likely higher. So I started at 197. The lowest I got to on Mounjaro was 155 pounds. And my goal weight was about 140, 145 pounds. Now, I think in my last video I shared that I wasn't really losing too much on the 15. In fact, you know, it was just a complete stall. In fact, going up and down a little bit. So I have, although I got to 155, I've actually put on about 5 pounds. That is on the 15 milligrams. And I'm now sitting at, I kind of am fluctuating between 160 and 162 pounds. My height is 5'2", so I'm a short person. And I was wearing extra large in clothing, and
sorry,
I'm just doing a video.
Oh, did I disturb you?
Yeah, and I'm sharing stuff I don't normally share, so I'm going to turn it off. Sorry about that. I had company for a moment, and you can see by my reaction that I'm completely honest when I say I don't really share this stuff because I'm embarrassed. And I should actually explain one of the reasons for the embarrassment is if I share one weight, then I'm going to share the exact weight as I lose weight. And hypothetically, if I'd got down to like 140 pounds, I would have been, if I had it in me to share, I would have been shouting from the rooftops, hey, I'm 140 pounds, look at me, woo-hoo-hoo, very exciting. And then that 140 might become 141 and 142, then 143. And it's almost like if I share something, I jinx it. I don't know. I don't know quite how my mind works. But, you know, even if I'm successful in something, I don't really like to share in case it all goes wrong, or in case it's almost as if I'm kind of held to that it's a fact, that what I've said is a fact and it's going to be like this forevermore. You know, I would hate to be saying I'm 140 pounds and then the next time you see me, oh, look, I'm 197 again. How did that happen? And then I feel like I shouldn't have admitted in the first place that I actually got to the 140, which I didn't, because that's hypothetical. The lowest I got to was 155. Anyway, as I was saying, clothing wise, I was wearing an extra large, and quite honestly, that was tight on me and uncomfortable. And for things like jeans, which I wore most of the time, I would most certainly be wearing those jeans with a big baggy top over it, so that you can't see, you know, where my waist is being pulled uncomfortably in. I'm going to assume that some of you may be able to relate to me saying that. So I was wearing an extra large and it wasn't particularly ideal. I probably was a bit bigger than that. But now I'm wearing a medium, and it's a comfortable medium. I have still been going into changing rooms when I go shopping, and I pick up a medium and I pick up a large, and other than one occasion, and I'm going to blame the clothing and not me, other than one occasion, I have come out of the changing room purchasing the medium and not the large. So I have gone from an extra large down to a medium, which is absolutely awesome. So this year, in my year on Mounjaro, I have gone from £197 down to £155, so that is a £42 weight loss. And I have gone from wearing a tight extra large to a very comfortable medium. So I am extremely happy with that. My current weight is bouncing between 160 and 162. So I kind of have gone up from the 155, but I'm hoping that I can stay steady at 160, 162, because I am absolutely over the moon with how this year has progressed for me and how good I am feeling with myself. So that's my statistics, my weight loss, starting weight, heaviest weight, lowest weight, current weight, as it stands currently on my year of taking Mounjaro. As I said, the next part of this video is my what happens next, because I have made a decision. And the decision is that I am now off Mounjaro. You may recall in my last video that I said I wasn't feeling particularly great on Mounjaro. I just had a feeling that my body had enough. I was feeling tired and, well, I had basically stopped losing weight. I'd put on a little bit, in fact, because I'd gone from the 155 up to the 160, but I was just not feeling great. The Mounjaro didn't appear to be working for me anymore, and the original coupon was now finished. There's a shortage, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to get it, how much it would cost me. And I thought, you know, the admin hassle side of things perhaps cemented the deal for me that it is the right thing. So I have actually, well, I didn't take it last week, so I've now been actually off a week. So that's actually quite funny that the same week that I took the first one was my first week a year later off Mounjaro. And I do think I feel a bit better for it. I definitely have felt a bit perkier this week, and the feeling of lethargy has, without a doubt, decreased. So I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really good. As far as my weight goes, I think already it is trending upwards a little bit, but it's very early days. I will most certainly be sharing. I have said all along I'm going to continue to share, even if it's not great news for me, because, you know, I'm an honest person. I'm going to be completely honest with my journey, and now it is my journey post Mounjaro. So I assume that's what my next video will be about, sharing, or my next Mounjaro video will be about sharing exactly how I'm getting on after Mounjaro. So weight wise, I don't really know yet, but how I feel in myself is great. I feel really, really great. I feel positive, and more bouncy than I did. So, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy with the decision. Now, in my mind, I have a bit of a cut-off point weight-wise as to what weight I am going to need to reach to address the potential need for medical assistance with weight loss. And that number is £175. I think I will regret it if I allow, if I'm putting on weight. You can see where my mind is. I expect it's, oh, sorry, I'm knocking this. I expect it's going to happen. And yeah, so I've kind of decided if I reach about £175, then I am going to explore options. And I think that if that happens, I will have had enough of a break from the Mounjaro, that I don't think it would be too bad a thing if I was to get Mounjaro again, to start back on the 2.5, but we'll see what happens then. So really, those are my shares today. Sharing my original statistics, sharing what I'm doing now and that I've come off the Mounjaro. Oh, I should just also add that, and I have forgotten the name of the lady that commented, so I'm going to write it here. A thank you to, I think there was actually might have been several people that commented on my last video about following my gut of coming off of the Mounjaro, but one person in particular shared a story from their experience. So if you want to go back to my last video and read the comments, you'll be able to read that, but that was without a doubt instrumental in my decision to follow, you know, what I felt my body was telling me. But yeah, that's what I'm sharing this week. You know, please comment on my video, please like, please subscribe, it makes me happy. And until next time, bye.